on the next episode of AMC's Better Call Saul.
$4,000 for each of us, minimum. It's free money.
Kim, is there something wrong?
This is a problem. I'll take care of it.
What difference does it make? Hey!
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the newest promo trailer for next week's episode of Better Call Saul, Season 4, Episode 3, Something Beautiful. With that being said, warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to episode 402, and let's jump right into it. So first off, holy shit, did the last episode end off on a high note. With Arturo being taken care of by Gus, he now controls Nacho as a result. I've been waiting for Gus to confront Nacho since the premiere, and goddamn was that ever a confrontation. I kinda wished that there was more dialogue between them, but considering this was more of an intimidation tactic to keep Nacho in line, I assume that we'll have more scenes between them in the future as they discuss what the heck they're going to do. Now, ever since we started breaking down all the Season 4 trailers, it's been a big mystery as to why we've seen Tyrus and Victor with this vehicle out in the desert, as we've seen clips of them doing a burnout with the vehicle, driving it over a spike belt, along with shooting out the windows, and then finally setting the car on fire as they drive away and leave it parked on the side of the road in the desert. We then see what I assume is the Salamanca twins arriving at the burned vehicle to find what might be left of Arturo and his car as they try to piece together what happened. Now that we've seen Gus kill Arturo, we can pretty much assume that Victor, Tyrus, and maybe Nacho as well are out in the desert with this vehicle. I feel like they took it out there to make Arturo look like he got ambushed in the desert or something. But what will they have Nacho say as a cover-up story to the Salamancas, since he's obviously still alive and not with Arturo when he supposedly got ambushed? Nacho is good at keeping his cool, but the Salamanca twins are sure intimidating as fuck, even to him, and you could tell in that scene when they went to go visit Hector in the hospital, so I wonder if Nacho will slip up at all while talking to them in the future. Now that Gus owns Nacho, will Nacho be his inside man with the Salamancas? Also, now that Nacho and Mike both technically work for Gus, even though kind of on different sides, will there be a moment where Gus maybe makes them work with each other, unaware that they already know who each other are? Will Nacho update Mike on his situation, possibly getting Mike involved? And speaking of Mike, in the trailer we see him talking to Jimmy as Jimmy pitches a job idea. Moving on to Jimmy's side of things, we previously thought that Jimmy would have wanted to use the photocopier to make fake $5 bills, whether he was going to get a job there and do it himself, or maybe have Mike break in and take the entire photocopier. We now know that Jimmy actually wants to steal an ornament that's apparently worth over $8,000, as we saw him wake up and search it on his laptop that following night.
Yeah, this generation is all hacky sack and video games.
Ain't that the truth?
Hummels.
Yes. Those were Alma's. She loved collecting the little things. God rest her soul.
Yeah, I knew a lady. Same way.
So it seems like Jimmy really did have true intentions walking in there, and that he didn't really consider stealing anything from them until after he went home and thought about what suckers they were. I'll do a video in the future discussing exactly why Jimmy decided to not take that job and instead plan to rob them on top of it, but what do you guys think? Leave any speculation down below, and I'll be sure to consider discussing any theories that I see in the future. Anyways, Jimmy called Mike during episode 402 after looking up that ornament, and we see them meeting in 403 to discuss it. We've seen this meeting between them since the premiere, and the question has always been, will Mike take the job or not? Mike is starting to make a bank through Gus, so will he really focus on such a silly little job with Jimmy?
Just not for me, and I don't think it should be for you either. I'm sorry about your brother.
We've seen in previous Season 4 trailers that Mike actually tries turning this job down, saying that it's not right for him and that it's not right for Jimmy either. I also assume that Mike saw Chuck's obituary in the papers as he tells Jimmy that he's sorry about his brother. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. It's probably also obvious to Mike that Jimmy is trying to do anything he can to get his mind off of Chuck's death, such as getting a job, along with trying to do this side job with Mike, telling him that they'll both make $4,000 easy. Although it sounds like Jimmy really tries to convince Mike, Will it work? We see someone breaking into the photocopy store, but is it Mike or Jimmy? They must have filmed it in this way where they could tease us to make us guess who it is, but this new trailer also has a few clips of the robbery to break down as well. So we first see the person sneaking into the office, along with another clip of someone actually sitting on the couch with what appears to be a bottle of liquor in front of them. Okay, I see two possibilities here. Either this is one of the owners staying in his office after hours to have a drink, or maybe it's Jimmy robbing the place, deciding to sit down and steal a drink himself. Considering it looks like there's a blanket on the couch, it kind of seems like it's an owner staying there, but we'll have to wait and see. Does Mike or Jimmy break into the photocopy place to eventually realize that one of the owners are still there drinking? If we look back to the clip of the thief going into the office, you can see the same bottle of alcohol on the table by the couch, so this is definitely the same night, but will the thief get caught? Also, is it even Jimmy or Mike? If Jimmy sends Mike in there and Mike almost gets caught, he'll probably get really mad at Jimmy for not making sure that everyone goes home at night. I don't really see Mike being that sloppy. I feel like Mike would do the research on his own, so maybe if it's just Jimmy sneaking in there himself and he's not having a drink to himself, wouldn't it be embarrassing for him to get caught red-handed by one of the owners? Maybe Jimmy will be able to talk himself out of it considering the owner might be drunk, but then again we'll have to wait and see. Oh, also, what is Jimmy doing at nighttime setting off a car alarm followed by running after someone as he yells at them? I have absolutely no clue what the heck could be going on here. We've seen this in other season 4 trailers. Is this the same night as when they plan to break into the photocopy store, or is this a completely separate situation? Actually, during editing while going back and looking at previous trailers for season 4, I noticed this very short clip which looks like someone going out of the photocopy store at night to check on that car. So is that car maybe the owner's car and Jimmy setting off the alarm to lure him outside so Jimmy can sneak inside and steal the ornament? And at the beginning of the trailer we actually see Jimmy holding his phone in his hand as he looks disappointed, and it seems to be nighttime with Jimmy sitting in front of his computer screen and fish tank again. But what is he doing? Was he going to consider calling Mike again, but maybe then he decides not to? Could this be him deciding to go and break into the photocopy store himself? And finally, who's getting that medicine sprayed on that huge wound? Please tell me that's not Nacho after the gunfight that we've seen teased in previous trailers. It looks like Nacho is wearing this same shirt that we see someone wearing with a bloodied up hand, so does Nacho get injured? Be sure to put any Nacho death theories in the comments below, but that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, as it really helps me out more than you can imagine. Feel free to subscribe for more Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad content in the near future, and if you'd like to take that extra step in helping support my videos, consider checking out my Patreon as well. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitter too, link to both of those in the description. I'm fairly active on Twitter even when I'm not posting videos, and I'm always retweeting everything I can involving both the Better Call Saul and Walking Dead universe. But anyways guys, as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!